Hello everyone, I'm Tuki and this is the Halo Wars 2 Blitz beta. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold, so if I'm coughing a lot, I do apologise. So I thought I'd show off a little bit of the beta, but I'll also explain different things, so decks, what's it about, etc. So it's basically like a card game in a sense, so let's go in my card library. So what do you have? Different cards of sorts, for example the grunt cards, if I inspect. Yeah, so you have different cards to use in battle. Instead of like building units in the traditional sense, you deploy them rather by putting cards down. It's a bit like if you think of this isn't a comparison, by the way, before anyone says anything. I'm not comparing these two games because they're very different. The Clash Royale game on mobile, which is if you've ever played it or if you've seen it advertised, which I'm sure you have, you put down like cards in a sense to use. It's sort of a similar system to that, except obviously it's Halo, and it's and also as well you get when you open packs, you'll gain more of one card. So for back to my grunts again, the more cards you get, the higher the level up. So as you can see in the top right corner, it says level 2 and 1 out of 3. So I need 2 more grunt cards, and then my grunts will be leveled up to level 3, which increases the damage and the health as well. So this is just a small selection at this moment in time of what cards you have available. There are some which I haven't got yet. I haven't played too much of this at this moment in time, but it's like lots of different ones, like Transport Pelicans, Assault Elite, Advanced Optics, stuff like that. And they all have different things. And different like abilities, so it's quite explained quite easily what it basically means on the card. So for example, let's do the Blood Fuel grunts. I'm not using the grunts a lot, but oh, there's also different rarities as well. So this one's uncommon, and it tells you like green, purple, stuff like that. So the Blood Fuel grunts, what they're doing, they've got like an ability called Siphon, and this is an ongoing ability. And it explains it here. So Siphon, this is the same for every unit that has the word Siphon in it. It's a special weapon that steals health from its enemies, equal to the damage dealt. So it takes health from the enemies. I guess you can heal all the teammate, well, your Blood Fuel grunts with it, I think. And they also have a special Y ability, a special attack, which is their shrapnel mines, which are just basic grenades. But but as you can see, if we go to the grunts, they don't have any special abilities or anything like that. They're just the common. Same with the Marines. And then as you can see, the Elite Rangers have got a detect ability. They're common, but sometimes they do have special abilities. The Ghost has a shield. What else is there, for example? Yeah, shield obviously explains itself. Rush. Rush is where they'll... so it says the unit ignores fatigue when deployed, charging to battle at full strength. So I'll explain what fatigue is in a moment. Actually, no, I'll explain now. So fatigue is when you spawn a unit in, outside of like the starting zone. It starts off with half health because it's just like a balancing effect, which is understandable. So yeah, as a balance effect, it doesn't spawn unit in with full health, but after about 8 seconds, I believe it is, the health does come back up. It just goes back to full health. So just bring it in outside of battle and let its health come back up. But if you do spawn a unit inside the starting zone, it will automatically be with full health. So yeah, and I'll explain that later. But yeah, so another one, which is Blast, is that when the unit dies, yeah, it explodes violently, doing damage on the radius. So you could always use it as like a excuse me, sorry, as like a charge unit. Send it in first, put it in the middle of everything, don't let it attack, let it get blown up, and you can do a lot of damage hopefully with it. Also as well, something I haven't mentioned, if you look at the bottom of the screen, just to the slight right of the card, like a star, and it says leader restriction. So there are some units which are only available to certain leaders. So this one's only available to Isabel, which is the AI. Another example of that is, yeah, I thought so. The ODSTs are limited to Captain Cutter. Obviously, because they were like that in the second game. And they have a demolition charge ability. I haven't really used it. I've tried to use the demolition charge ability, but it hasn't really gone into effect. But yeah, these are some of the units you can get. Armored Marines. So guard is covers nearby. Yeah, so guard, it means like they cover nearby allies, receiving all damage that the ally would take. And these guys lob a grenade, and this is rare. Oh, only used by professionals. I haven't used those yet. That's probably because I haven't got them. But yeah, the Covenant obviously get their leader powers, which is like Aatrox Bulwark, which makes units, ally units invulnerable and heal them. You got the Vortex ability, Cleansing Beam. You can also drop turrets down. The UNSC have archer missiles. They're pretty powerful, and obviously you have the Mac gun as well. What else is there? Double time. Nice, another ability to place. Oh, you also have like really powerful support ones. Never see can find one. There's the Mac Blast. You can get super units, I guess, as it is. You can get Grizzlies. You can get, well, these aren't the super units, but these are like support, as it were. So combat salvage and a close air support. There we go. So you can get. This is another ability which you can get in the standard game, but you have to like get points and stuff and upgrade your leader tree to do it. So this is just like the Mac Blast allows to help you to clear out some enemies. Same with Eradication. I would love the Grizzly, but yeah, I think you can get heroes as well. Yeah, so you can get Honor Guard, your Warlord. You get Forge's Warthog as well, and you can get all the Spartans, which is so Jerome, Douglas, and Alice, and they all have their own little ability. So shield obviously means that the unit has a shield on them to cover them. Reflect. What is reflect actually? Yeah, so reflect is as it says, it knocks damage back, and the Spartans have a Spartan Slam ability, which means they leap into the air and slams on an enemy, and they can take control of air units and vehicles still too. But if there's no units around there, they can still do damage. And you have the Condor Strike, which is a super unit, as it says. It deploys like a Pelican, but with loads of different guns on it. It's huge, and it just decimates the field along with the Scarab one as well. So yeah, they're the UNSC and Covenant super units. There's only two. I'm not sure there's going to be any more in, but we'll have to see. I think that's all to do with the cards, really. Well, but you have different decks. So with each leader comes a different type of deck. Obviously, the Covenant can only use Covenant units. Who shall I pick? You know what, I haven't been Anders yet, so let's start with Anders. So if I go to Professor Anders' deck, let's edit this deck. You can a number of about 10 cards, I believe it is. Yeah, it's 10 cards by the looks of it, that you can choose from. Obviously, you're going to have one of each card in the deck at one time, and each leader has like their own specific units that they can only bring in. So, for example, with Anders, she can bring in Sentinels, but none of the other leaders can actually do that. And what else? And also as well, they have different starting armies. So when you spawn in, you start off with a load of units just to obviously help you start off the game, because otherwise it would take you forever to actually do anything. And you have two starting armies. Anders has Tactician, which clearly shows two Gremlins, two Marine units, and a cloaked Wolverine. Now I know it's cloaked because it's of the colour that it is. I believe it's cloaked anyway. When it's a blue colour like that, it means that it's a cloaked unit. Or she can start off with Sentinel Swarm, which gives her two, I guess, just normal attack Sentinels and a Protector Sentinel by the look of it, I think that is. Or is it a Support Sentinel, sorry. What have I got in this deck so far? So yeah, you can add and remove cards whenever needed. You can look at your card stats. You can look at your deck stats. It'll tell you, yeah, so what powers you've got, contribution. It says unit counters, so it shows what you can counter mainly. So yeah, it's actually a pretty cool system. It shows off the characters well. What else? Restoration drones, arc defense, calling sentinels to attack up to 12 target enemy units. I haven't really played as Anders. I've played more as I've played more as Isabel, because I love the deck that I love what she can get. So unfortunately, let me deal with actually starting army. Isabel has. Isabel has heavy weapons and Hacker. Hacker is 2 jackrabbits, cloaked by the looks of it. No, he's not cloaked. Is that cloaked? I don't know if that's cloaked. I don't know. I'll have to find that out. And a Hornet, and heavy weapons is 2 Marines and a Goss Warthog. I've started with the heavy weapons one because the Warthog is just very good for getting around faster. But I like Isabel more because than any of the other ones really. It's because one, she gets a lockdown Scorpion, which is awesome, which is an ability called Shock, which I haven't explained that. It intimidates nearby enemy troops, making them deal more, well, reduce the damage, the armor of the enemies is reduced. There we go, finally got it out. Took my time, but yeah, this one is only restricted to Isabel. And of all, so the super unit is available to all UNSC characters, the Condor Strikers, and that goes the same for the Scarab to the Covenant. But what I find weird is that the Mac Blast is only restricted to Isabel. Now, I don't know why that is. I thought she would have the archery missiles, could be in Halo Wars, in the first Halo Wars game. I don't know if any of you guys ever played it, but it was, the Mac Blast was to Cutter instead. But I don't know. It's just how it is. But I think the Mac Blast should be with Cutter. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, I like the lockdown scope. I just like this overall layout that she's got. Yeah, I want to do this. Let's go. I'll show off what the Covenant. Let's go to the Shipmaster. Yeah, so it's basically the same. The decks are really. It's just that the unit types are just a bit different. That's all. You have different artillery units and stuff like that, and it's actually quite a fun mode to play at times. But yeah, let's play. Isabel will be my. Oh, excuse me. Oh, God, I've got a bit ill there. Isabel is definitely my favourite character for Blitz, just because of what she starts with, I feel. Next, you have challenges. So challenges are, they give you XP, and as you can see, I'm not rank 3 yet. I haven't played too much of it. I've just played enough to know what I'm doing. So yeah, you have different daily challenges and weekly. So it's just lots of different missions to get that XP up. When you get to the next rank, you gain a card pack, and card packs will obviously give you different cards and stuff like that. Maybe I'll get one, and if I do, I'll show you what it's like. I'll show you how it's like opening it. Now for Blitz, there's 3 modes. There's Duel, which is 1v1, Standard, which is 2v2, and Brawl, which is 3v3. Now personally, I don't like the Duel. It's too lackluster. It doesn't feel like a proper battle. It's not like when you're playing a standard 1v1 game of Halo Wars, where you have to build everything from scratch. It doesn't feel as fun because you're not fighting. You know, you're not building up to an epic battle. You just fight small. You just have small armies at the start. You fight each other. Then whoever gets destroyed at the start is sort of in the one is in the long running and might not win. And I haven't really liked that. I don't really like Duel too much because of that. Standard is better because there's more armies, there's more battles. It's just a lot more fun, bigger fights. Brawl, oh, I love Brawl. It's fun to see how three players on one team can actually help each other and fight together and win. Brawl is just a lot of fun, so I'm just going to play Brawl. Excuse me. Finding a game as well in this is really quick. It's actually a lot quicker than what I thought it would be, probably because there's a lot of people playing it. Yeah, or it's just a lot of fun to play. Blitz is the minute. However, I do prefer the standard mode. I'll tell you why I do prefer it in a minute. Isabel, yes. Yeah. So you can create up to 3 decks with each character. But yeah, so we've got a Shipmaster, and we have Anders. They've changed Anders quite a lot from the first game. Well, all the characters have changed really from the first game. Alright, so at the minute for the beta there's only one map, which is the Proving Grounds. As you can see on screen, I like this little concept art bit. It's really cool. This drawing, it's like the silver bit in the center of the screen with 2 circles. That's the starting area. So you'll start on one of those platforms, as will the other players as well. Now it's like a capture the flag kind of mode. As you can see in the top left, well, in the left-hand corner, well, on the left-hand side, in the center, there's 3 capture points, A, B, and C. Now, obviously, both teams start on either side, and if you have 2 of those points, you'll obviously gain points quicker over the other one. If you have all 3, then you'll definitely control a lot of points.
Looking forward to working with you. Where shall we start?
Okie dokie.
Prepare for Blitz.
Oh, another thing also with Blitz.
Game starts in 3.
Oh, it's got the
2,
Sentinel Swarm.
1. Go! Match starts.
I'm gonna rush to B. So another thing with Blitz is that you have to collect energy, and if you look where the mini-map is, you see like a quantum purple symbol. There you go, there's energy cores. I want to go over, you have to get these energy cores, and these energy cores allow you to get more units. Oh god, I've got a lot of units coming at me here. I'm pulling back. So there's too many units for me to face there, so I'm retreating. We've got a huge army. So I'm just going to fall back.
Yes, sir.
Alright, collected that. Right, I'm going to go over and collect the
Out of my way. Coming
other stuff here. So right, so all that armors at the minute have massed B. Right, I'm going to bring my Marines to A.
Let's do this, troops.
Defend. There's my Gauss cannon firing away.
Sure thing.
I love how all the units as well have got their own individual sort of noise and stuff like that. But it just feels unique. Okay, so I've got enough to bring in my lockdown scorpion. So I want to show the. So if I bring it in, if you look at the top, the green bar, its health isn't full. So whenever you bring in a unit, anywhere on the battlefield apart from at your home base, they won't have full health. But as you can see, they do gain it quite quickly after a few seconds. Kill that guy for me. Who are you? Are you a special? Oh, you're not. You're a friendly unit. Marines, no! Ah, get out. Right, so if you bring the unit back to Cyclops, back to the home point, they will start to heal, and they will heal pretty instantly. I've been back to the corner before here. I have lost, obviously, but they couldn't kill my units because they just kept healing over and over again. Alright, let's send these units to B to help this guy out. Who are you? Honor guy. Somewhere spawn a warthog, get another warthog. So doing quite well here. Got all the points.
Halfway to victory.
So you see, it's more to try and you need to be quick at the start and get those points early on, and then just hold them with as many units as you can. So the warthogs are good for collecting energy. They may not do a lot of damage, but they can help to hold the point. Oh, also as well with Blitz, you can always see where the enemy are. So I can see now for where they're on the base. It's not. So it's quite hard to ambush an enemy because if you just look on the mini map, and if you just look on the mini map and you just see an enemy who is. Sorry, I was just watching what that guy was doing. You can see where the enemy's coming from. You can't really plan an assault.
I got a scarab situation over here.
You what? You what? Scarab? Oh, there you go. There's one of the super units, and it's a scarab, as you can tell. The scarab is so powerful. It really is. I'm gonna mac. Stay still. Okay, it's not staying still. Can you stay still, please? Oh, he's died. Oh yeah, so they don't stay in play for too long. They just stay in long enough to be a nuisance. Oh, have I lost my lockdown?
Give me an order, sir.
Yes, I have. I think I've lost most of my units. Whoops, I wasn't paying attention. Alright, let's bring in Vulture. Let's bring in some Hellbringers. Bring in a Scorpion. So there is a unit population that you can have max, but
What's my target, sir?
You might not ever reach it. I've never reached it. Screens down. Oh, there's my log now. Alright. So, I'm going to go here. I'm going to get ready to flank. So, locusts have a really long range. Like, they really, really do have a... They're so effective. I've lost a few units to locusts before. It's a bit annoying, but I don't know. I don't really know what to say about it. Right, let's push up here. I love the artillery though. The artillery is actually quite effective. You wouldn't think it, but it's pretty useful. Okay, so let's fire your rockets. I'll pull you back. You can come over and collect this energy for me. There we go. So I'm captured, so now I'm going to pull... Oh shit, bring my units over.
Need guns on that artillery. I'm taking a pounding.
Get that vulture out. Go. Go, 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 go. Yeah, everything else is attack and kill it. No! My vulture! It doesn't matter, we've almost won anyway. Where are you? So there you go, that's one of the... That's a hero, that's Alice. The units are so detailed. Creative Assembly does such a good job with the units. So yeah, that's one match of Blitz and explaining sort of the decks and stuff. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I will be posting more gameplay. Oh, I did level up. Yes! Oh, awesome, I can show you a card opening now. Alright, you also get cards for completing challenges as well. So this is just like a little overview on how well you did. Obviously I didn't do too well, because I just stayed where I was. But yeah, let's go back. And let's... I've already pre-ordered Halo Wars 2, so I don't need to bother. And let's open one of the cards. Alright, so as you can see, I've got 2 card packs, and it tells you how many you've collected already, obviously, on the screen. If you collect all the common, uncommon, rare, or legendary. Alright, so I've got 2 card packs, let's open them. So obviously, purple, well, this colour means that it's a Covenant card. And I've got more Suicide Grunts, so that's added to the thing, and I've got UNSC. Good, my Jack Rabbit is leveled up. As you can tell, it shows that the HP and the speed has increased. My Warthog is also leveled up with HP and speed increase. Oh, okay, so this is a new card which I don't think I've had before. And you can tell by how it glows what type of card, if it is rare or not. And that's a new card, and it says Grunt Mob. So I'll have to try use it at some point. Okay. Hopefully I get another card that's only available to Alright, so all these ones are Covenant cards. So alright, my Suicide Grunts have leveled up. I've got another Engineer card. Scorch Mine. So as you can see Aatrox standing there, that means it's only limited to him. That means Aatrox characters can only use Scorch Mines. I've got Shockwave, which is another one I can only use from Aatrox, and I have an Ironclad Wraith, which I've already got. So yeah, and then you have this little screen which does an overlay of the cards that you've got. I don't think you can scrap cards or anything like that, but it's just a it's just a little thing they've added in. So yeah, that's all the card packs have opened, and I've completed one of my weekly challenges as well. So obviously incoming challenge 5 days. Excuse me, obviously that doesn't matter too much, I think, because the beta ends in a few days. Right, so what I think of Blitz right now on a whole, I'll just give my quick point at the end what I think about it. What I think it is good, but I prefer the standard game. But this is just my personal opinion, by the way, guys. This is just my personal opinion, obviously. But I prefer the standard game modes of where you have to build up your bases and stuff like that, just because it feels earned. It feels like a sense of achievement when you've built up that final, like in Halo Wars, the first game, when you were playing as a Covenant and you were struggling to fight on, if you were losing, and then you built up that Scarab unit and you just dropped it in, you just released all hell onto everything. It just felt worth it. It felt like achieved. It looked like a real battle and conflict. It looked awesome, and it felt awesome as well. Whereas there's this, the smaller scale battles. They're nothing too huge. They're nothing too dramatic. It's just right, fight, destroy the enemy, and then just stand at a point. Obviously, yes, okay, that's how strategy games work sometimes, but it just doesn't feel fun. It just doesn't feel as fun. You can spawn in units quite quickly, whether super unit or not, and it doesn't take long as well for energy to come back either. It's still fun, but it's not a game mode that I would play overly and all the time. It's not a game mode which I'm going to be spending money on to buy these card packs, because you probably will be able. Yeah, you can buy them if you look. It says it's one of the options. But yeah, it's not a game mode I would be willing to spend money on packs, if I'm honest. It's just something about, which is probably one reason as well why I haven't played as much of it. As when the first beta for Halo 2 came out in June, I think it was July, around E3, I played the shit out of it because it was awesome. But Blitz, it just doesn't have that same feel. It doesn't have that same effect. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video and got an idea or a sense of what Blitz is about. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like. If you want to talk about Blitz with me or Halo Wars in general or anything like that, put a comment. I will respond to it. I always make sure that I do respond to my comments as much as possible. But yeah, make sure to leave likes, comments, and if you want to see more content like Halo Wars in the future, subscribe to my channel, show your support. And yeah, I hope you have a glorious day, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode.